How's it going again, everyone? I hope you're having a great weekend. Just thought I'd respond to a couple of comments I've been getting recently. A lot of people kind of think that I'm actually shorting Mullen Automotive. Now, in hindsight, I really wish I was, because I'd be a very wealthy man, or a lot wealthier than I am now. Not that I'm that wealthy, but obviously, if you had been short in Mullen for the last several years, you would have made a mozza. So, more power to them. I am unfortunately long in the stock. I don't have too much invested in the company, and my position, despite doing some dollar cost averaging down earlier this year, I'm still down by about 75%. So I'm really in the hole. It's not a big position. It was very much a speculative move I made at the start of the year, and even though it's like only a very small part of my portfolio, I do pay a lot of attention to it, because I obviously put videos out about the stock. Yeah, so that's kind of just me trying to defend myself here. When I do my videos, I do try to look at a couple of perspectives where there are, and sometimes I come across as sitting on the fence, and people would interpret that as me being short in Mullen Automotive, but believe me, I am not, and I wish I was, but I am not. Anyway, so Mullen Automotive, it's a big weekend. We all know. The board is seeing if they can get more votes to approve a reverse stock split. Basically, I think the overwhelming consensus from the retailers that I've interacted with, they just want to go over the counter. They want to punish the board. Now, I totally actually get that, and part of me wants to see that happen. The part of me who's like, if I wasn't invested in the company, be like, yeah, really show them what's going on. Send Dirty David a message and the board for all the diluting they've done. That would be good. I think that would be great. But at the same time, over the counter is a very scary place. While some companies do get back onto certain exchanges, I'm sure Mullen will be trying to do the same. For some of them, it is definitely a death sentence to go over the counter. And I don't think Mullen is quite at that stage yet where it would be considered a death sentence. And I'm not saying that they're going to get to that stage. I think there's still some promise in what they can do as a business. They've got a lot of things in motion, which has been to their detriment, because it's really stretched the company resource-wise. I think that's the biggest problem that they've got. But yeah, they don't want to be there. That's the bottom line. You kind of want to be on an exchange. And a reverse stock split is not going to be fun to stomach either. Like, everyone's been destroyed twice this year, and a third time just before Christmas isn't going to be fun either. If they do have a reverse stock split approved, it's going to happen by Wednesday, I'd imagine. Maybe it's just going to happen on Wednesday to get the stock up, and I think it has to be a big reverse stock split. So, that's the only way I think they're going to survive, because they would have been over the one for 450 in a 12-month period. So that means that they definitely have to stay above $1 for 12 months to get that. Now, where I think this can go, so if we imagine we do have the reverse stock split here, people are going to be annoyed because the position is going to be further obliterated. And, where I think we can kind of get some, have our voice heard a bit more, perhaps, is going to be come January, when we have that other shareholder meeting where we have to vote on proposals around the management. I think really what needs to happen is the board needs to be shaken up. I think people need to be removed from the board. Like, what's happened to this company, it's happened on the back of the shareholders. They've been destroyed financially because the board have made probably decisions which perhaps weren't ideal operationally. There's been quite a number of setbacks. Yes, things have happened, but they've been very costly. A lot of finger pointing can go towards David Mitry. Diluting Dave has, really been behind a lot of the obliteration of the company's stock value, with his terrible deals he's gotten the company into with equity raisings and whatnot. And that's where a lot of the sting is really coming from, really. They've kind of gone after, they've tried to make a bit of a public image of them going after naked shorting, and they've dropped that case, and now they're going after spoofing the shares by the brokerages as well. So they've done a bit of a public show, which is costing the company money, and I don't know if it's ever going to really amount to much, to be honest. But it's a bit of a distraction, where a big part of the problem is actually the people leading the company who are making these decisions. They're almost like making bad financial decisions and then making further bad financial decisions to try to cover up what they've done. And that's kind of the vibe that I get. And if you look at, I really like it. Really incensed me when I saw what happened to Cal from Financial Journey when he got that letter, and now he can't talk about it. He was, I know obviously an unofficial channel, but he was a very important conduit of information to the public about what was going on with Mullen Automotive, and they went and silenced him. And I thought that was disgusting. He's probably done more good for the company than the board combined, and he's not on their payroll. Granted, he probably got a fair bit of revenue from the videos he made about Mullen Automotive, but that's kind of the reality of it. They silenced someone who was actually wanted the company to do well and was a very good conduit of information. you know, maybe if we have a bit of a board shake up later on, maybe we can remove some of the board and get rid of Diluting Dave and put Cal in as the CEO or on the board of Mullen Automotive. He's someone who actually cared about the company, I think, but at the same time, I think he might be ready to wash his hands of it. And, like whatever comes out of this meeting on Monday, whether we have a reverse stock split or we do end up eventually going to being delisted, it's you can't blame people for wanting to get out of the company. Right now, if this goes ahead, if we go over the counter, what's interesting is who's going to be really worried about this is the shorts, because they need to be able to buy stocks to cover their positions, and over the counter trading is no easy feat. So that's probably why we've seen a lot of shorts returning in recent days too. So anyway, just a couple of more thoughts for the weekend. Keep the feedback coming, guys. This is me trying to respond to it. I hope you're all having a great weekend. I've got a cracker of a day here. I'm going to go out into the water for the day, so it'll be really nice. Until next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.